Following the U.S. decision to ease sanctions on Russian oil, Europe will maintain sanctions and continue to move away from Russian fossil fuels. If we want this war to end, Moscow must have less money for the war, not more. Dialing up pressure on Russia's shadow fleet is one of the best tools we have. I commend France, Belgium and also Sweden for boarding and seizing falsely flagged tankers. It is time for the gloves to come off on Russia's shadow fleet. On EU side, the adoption of 20th sanctions package is long overdue. We discussed how to push this forward. The same goes for the 90 billion loan. Those who enable this war are also paying a price. Member states renewed sanctions on over 2,600 individuals, and today ministers also adopted new sanctions targeting those seeking to destabilize European Union. We also listed new entities in China and Iran responsible for the cyber attacks. Iran is now waging war on global economy. Ministers reaffirmed today that our focus is de-escalation and also to the freedom of navigation. I also discussed with UN Secretary General Guterres and many others over the past days how to keep the Strait of Hormuz open. Europe has no interest in an open-ended war. And today we imposed additional sanctions on those responsible for the violence. And this sends a message to Tehran that Iran's future cannot be built on repression. We must step up our support also to Iranian civil society. This is not Europe's war, but Europe's interests are directly at stake. Now, restarting the shipments of fertilizers, food and energy through the Strait of Hormuz is another urgent priority. Today we discussed options to better protect the shipping in the region. EU already has naval operations in place. We have ASPIDES that plays a key role in safeguarding the freedom of navigation. There was, in our discussions, a clear wish to strengthen this operation, but for the time being, there was no appetite in changing the mandate of the Operation ASPIDES. For now. While the Strait of Hormuz is at the center stage, the Red Sea also remains critical. The risk that Houthis get involved is real, so we must remain vigilant. But Israel's heavy-handed response has caused mass displacement, and ground invasion will further deteriorate the situation. The EU will provide €100 million in humanitarian aid to Lebanon. We also continue to support the Lebanese armed forces to disarm Hezbollah. The situation in Gaza and West Bank is also worsening rapidly. Both the humanitarian situation and the political horizon are moving to the wrong direction. First, and the shipping in the region. So this is not Europe's war. And this situation in the region, we have the Operation ASPIDES, as I said, in the Red Sea. The discussion was that it should be strengthened because it doesn't have too many naval assets. It should have more. But the discussion on whether we are, also extending this mandate to cover the Strait of Hormuz to go north from the Muscat line, there was no appetite from the member states to do that. Yes, it is true that this new war in the Middle East is diverting the attention away from what is happening in Gaza and the West Bank. And ministers also raised this issue because we see that, this momentum is used to, again, hinder the humanitarian access, humanitarian aid getting into Gaza. The second phase of the peace plan is totally stalled. So we have to keep this up, the attention there. And also also the violent settlers, killing people without accountability. This is a major problem. And that's why there was also, again, this call that we have the sanctions on the violent settlers on the table. 26 countries want this, one is blocking. That is the sad reality that we have. On the military action, and the goals of this military action need to be, given by those who have started this war. Europe is not part of this war. We have not started this war, and the political objectives are unclear.